Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, we're talking a little defense as we welcome Packers linebacker Isaiah McDuffie to the show. What a night in the Steel City for the green and gold as the Packers trip up Aaron Rodgers on Sunday Night Football. We're going to take a look back at the big game, and we'll also get Isaiah's thoughts on the state of the defense as the Packers look to keep stacking wins. Plus, tonight's Clubhouse Live challenge is all about the defense. But will Isaiah complete the task in time? Stay tuned. It's time to get started. Hey, Isaiah, come on in.
Hey, good Monday evening, everybody. As always, welcome back to the Fox Club inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in beautiful Grand Chute, Wisconsin. This is the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, but it is also the home to Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. A lot of energy here tonight. How's everybody feeling on this Victory Monday? Let's hear ya. Everybody's ready. After beating Aaron Rodgers, after beating the Steelers, we got a lot to get to, a lot to talk about. Jam-packed show and a great guest who I'll introduce here in a second. But I first need to introduce our high-fivers. They're part of our high school team spotlight. They're one of the best football teams in our area. Give it up for members of the Freedom Irish, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. The green and gold of the Freedom Irish and the green and gold of the Green Bay Packers. So thanks, guys, for being here. We will introduce the Freedom Irish a little bit later on in the show, but I know they're going to have a big part of what we like to do. First things first, though, I have to bring this up, folks. How do you like Packers 35, Steelers 25? How do you like that? Bully the bully, right? That's what they were saying last night, and that's what the Packers did is they went into hostile territory to earn an impressive Sunday night victory over the Steelers in Pittsburgh and outplay the master. That's what Jordan Love, the pupil, did as he outdueled Aaron Rodgers in a game that kept Green Bay atop the NFC, period, right? They're the best team in the NFC right now. Love was sensational. How about Jordan Love last night? 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, 134.2 passer rating. He also completed 20 straight passes at one point. How about that? Wow. And then you know we're going to bring this guy up. He's a friend of the show. How about Tucker Kraft, right? Yeah, he lit it up on National Tight Ends Day, right? 7 catches, a career best 143 yards, the most receiving yards on the day in the NFL, and 2 touchdowns. He's clearly one of the best, if not the best, tight ends in the game. Emmanuel Wilson, how about him? Another friend of the show. He was a spark plug in the running game. 11 carries, 61 yards, and the defense got stops throughout the second half, forcing the Steelers to punt 3 times and causing a fumble on another possession to clinch the win. That's 5-1-1 for the Packers, who finally return home to Lambeau Field. Seems like it's been forever as they turn their attention onto the Panthers. By the way, that's the Packers' first win in Pittsburgh since 1970, when Bart Starr was the quarterback. 1970. That was so long ago, I wasn't even born yet in 1970. So, and I'm old, but you know who likes winning football? Vince. Happy Vince is here. Happy Vince Lombardi. He loves beating Aaron Rodgers, loves beating the Steelers, loves beating anybody, and he loves it when the guys are here. And we got another of those rugged, tough defensive performers right there. He's sitting right over there. It is Green Bay Packers linebacker Isaiah McDuffie. He's here tonight. There he is. We'll get Isaiah to the desk here in a minute. First, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Cellcom was built right here in Wisconsin. They cover every county, corner, and cabin road in the state, and they'll buy out your current contract and give you up to $1,100 toward a new phone when you switch. See cellcom.com for details. And Piggly Wiggly is proud to support the Green Bay Packers. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. All right. You guys know what's coming next, right? The worst part of the show. It's when I have to introduce the other member of the Clubhouse Live crew. It's the one and thankfully the only Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo. Arguello.
Yes. That's a low murmur, boo.
You got one clap right next to you. That's about it.
Oh, right here.
Well, you are a
Mark's
Debbie
great.
Downer. You bring out the high, you bring us down to the low. Your Bears kind of doing Bears things again yesterday.
Well,
right?
yeah. After a month of winning, they decided to lose yesterday. But hey, Brett, as I say all the time, I don't get too high with the wins, and I didn't, and I'll get too low with the lows. It's a long season, right, Mark? It's a long season, 17 games.
He was just giving you a sympathy clap is what he was doing.
Hey, I'll
right
take
there.
it at this point.
Yeah, 30-16. Ravens snapped their 4-game losing streak. Bears snapped their 4-game winning streak. That's enough about the Bears.
Yes.
But we want to know more about the show.
Yeah, so it's an interactive show. So we invite your comments and questions to our live chat, which, by the way, I'm doing it on my phone right now, Brett, because my laptop cannot keep a charge. So I'm having it charged right now. I might pick it up later there. But any questions that come on that live chat, which can be found online next to our video viewer, Brett, I'll relay over to you and Isaiah.
And we always like to hear from our online chatters.
We do.
I know we have a big crowd every week online. Also, give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Packers News and Clubhouse Live, and like us on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm at PC Bretzi. He's at Ricardo DeLeon, and Isaiah at Isaiah McDuffie _. So, all right. It's been a few years since Isaiah has been with us. First time he's been in our new location. So I just want to kind of make sure that, Isaiah, you're aware. You can see the Panthers welcome mat right there by the chair. Yeah, he's sitting. Yeah, we want you to stomp your feet all over that, right? Your big old feet, because that brings you good luck for the upcoming game, and it makes us feel pretty good that you're going to take down the Panthers. So here we go. Tonight's guest, he is already in his 5th NFL season. He was selected by the Packers in the 6th round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Tonight's guest has appeared in all 7 games so far this season, defensively and on special teams, and has 23 tackles on defense, 6 already on special teams. Tonight's guest has 22 tackles on special teams over his first 4 NFL seasons. That ranks 2nd in the league over that stretch. How about that? Tonight's guest is coming off a very strong 2024 season in which he started all 17 games, finished 2nd on the team with a career-best 94 tackles, including 43 solo. He also posted a half sack, 3 tackles for a loss, 3 quarterback hits, a career-high 3 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. How about that for last season? Tonight's guest played collegiately at Boston College, where he earned all ACC honors as a redshirt junior after posting a career-high 107 tackles, which ranked 2nd in the conference and 5th nationally. Tonight's guest, he set numerous high school records during a standout prep career at Bennett High School in Buffalo. Check this out, Freedom guys. That included a single game tackle record, 29 tackles in a single game. 29 in a single high school game. He also set career records in touchdowns and career rushing yards. He played for the toughest, meanest, orneriest coach he'll ever know, his father in high school, right? We'll ask him about that in a bit. He is a team captain, ladies and gentlemen, and we talked about this a few years ago. I think he used to go by the nickname of Bloodhound, right? Bloodhound for Isaiah McDuffie. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for number 58? It is Green Bay Packers linebacker. It's Isaiah McDuffie, everybody. Yes, love it when the guys get into it, stomp their feet all over the welcome mat, get ready for the next next week's opponent. Quick programming note before we get started, Isaiah. I'll announce next week's guest at the end of the show, and so stay tuned for that. And Isaiah, check this out. We're giving away some tickets for the game on Sunday.
Awesome.
Yes, Miller Lite deck tickets, Packers, Panthers. Somebody's going home with these. Maybe we'll let you. Maybe you could draw the winning name out of the bucket if you don't want to. If you could, I don't want to put you on the spot. But anyway, somebody's going to go home with those great tickets. Yes. Oh, I need to take a breath. How you doing? Welcome back to the show. I checked, it's been 3 years since you've been with us. Yeah. 3 years, 2022. You were with Devondre Campbell at the old place. What's taking you so long to come back here? What is the problem, Isaiah McDuffie?
I know. I should have tried to get here sooner, right?
Is it that guy right over there? Is it because of him? Is it because of him?
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be.
Do you have a message for Chicago Bears fan Ricardo Arguello? He's acting all smug after the Bears won 4 straight.
I don't know. I think he kind of hit it. Don't get too high on the wins, too low on the lows, right?
That's
right.
Life in the NFL, life in high school, right? It doesn't matter. You got to just kind of ride it even keel. Can't ride the roller coaster. So, well, how you feeling on this victory Monday, right?
Feel great.
Yeah?
Feel great, yeah. I mean,
How can you
great
not?
win, yeah. Good win, and, just keep stacking them up.
So what does Victory Monday mean exactly? Do you get the whole day off, or do you still have to come in and do some
yeah,
stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. Just go in, get a lift, and other than that, we kind of have the day to ourselves.
No team meetings, don't have to go over film, any of that
Nope,
stuff?
None of that,
You go
which
back?
is nice, yeah.
Yeah, it is nice.
That's why we're happy after we win. We get that Victory Monday.
But there's still got to be stuff to go over, right? Still the corrections to clean up.
Definitely, yeah. We hit that like when we come in on Wednesday and
Okay.
stuff, so.
Man, so it's like your weekend. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are we going to do, Isaiah? You and me hanging out, right?
Well, I'm here today, so.
Well, what
Victory
about tomorrow?
Monday.
What about tomorrow? You and me, huh?
Um,
I got some
I
time.
like to go in and we have to get another lift in, so do that and get a massage and, spend a day with my wife and just hang out.
Yeah, I don't lift weights. So what are we gonna do, huh? What
are we gonna do?
I don't know if you can
know.
tell. I'm not as chiseled as you are, huh? What if you and I were just gonna hang out? What are we gonna do?
You like to fish?
I'll fish.
Yeah, let's go fishing.
Where do you want? The Fox River?
There, or me and my buddy, we go upper Wisconsin.
Ooh,
couple lakes up there, which is nice.
You could go up north. Yeah, go up to Door
Yeah.
County. Maybe a little
Door
salmon.
County's nice.
You
so.
salmon fishing in Lake Michigan? Is that what you do out there in Lake Michigan?
no.
I don't know.
I'm
So-
more of a bass guy. But
Yeah, go to more smaller inland
Yeah.
lakes, right? So,
Yep.
well, how was the plane ride home, right? Are guys hooting and hollering? You guys kind of cracking open some adult beverages, maybe having a few sips, or is it because it's late? You guys catching a little shut eye and it's a little bit more subdued? How's that work?
I mean, it was pretty late. I want to say when we boarded the plane, it was about 1 a.m. So got some Z's.
Yeah. What time did you get in then? What is that, about 3
Probably
o'clock?
like 2:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys live it's a weird life, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
maybe not as glamorous as some people think.
Late nights. I'll
yeah,
say that.
football's fun, but maybe not some of the travel stuff. So, what'd you think about how the Packers fans kind of took over the stadium?
Yeah,
Could
it
you
was
hear the
crazy.
Go Pack Go chants pretty easily?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was awesome. Even I seen an interview with Aaron, and he was saying that he had to go on a silent count, which
Right.
that's huge. Great turnout, and Packers fans always travel good, so it's always good to see.
You know you're doing well when you're in an opposing stadium, and that's all you hear, the Go Pack.
Exactly.
You know it's going well
Exactly.
for you guys at that point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So, Bloodhound, right? Isaiah McDuffie is the Bloodhound. Are you still the Bloodhound, or is that a high school thing?
That
or?
was more of a college nickname
Okay.
that my position coach gave me. I haven't really went by that since then, so.
What's it mean?
But we could bring it back, maybe.
Let's do it. We're gonna have Evan Williams here next week. I'll tell him.
Okay,
I'll tell him to kind of start it up in the locker room again. The Bloodhound, right?
Bloodhound, yeah.
What does that mean? Are you just sniffing out tackles, that sort of a
That's
thing?
exactly it. Yep.
Who's got the weirdest nickname on the team?
Oh.
And we're a family show, so careful.
Yeah, I know.
The cleanest, weirdest nickname.
I don't know. I don't think we got really any too crazy ones. It's kind of just like based off your name, like nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So we got a few nicknames for Ricardo that we can't repeat here, but the guys, I don't know about if you know that, Ricardo, but me and the guys, we kind of have a few things we say about you behind your back.
As long as you're talking about me.
Yeah, right. Any pub is good pub, as they say. So you're a Buffalo guy, right?
Yep.
You grew up in Buffalo, big Buffalo Bills fan.
Yep.
Went to a lot of Buffalo Bills games, I
Oh
would
yeah.
guess, growing up.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the fact that they're going to have a dome stadium in Buffalo, right? Are they going to close that? They can't do
It's
that
not
in
a
Buffalo,
dome.
isn't it? I thought they were
I
covering
thought they're
it.
kind of covering it, but it's not a dome.
It's still going to be a little bit open?
Yeah, I think so.
But aren't they cheating a little bit?
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't like it, but you know.
Come on. As a player, how do you like? You like playing in the elements?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in the elements, Buffalo, so that's why I love the cold here.
A lot of similarities between the cities and the fan bases, right? Both
Definitely.
Midwestern towns, kind of Great Lakes towns,
Yep,
Elements towns.
Yep.
Kind of feel comfortable here because does it remind you of home a little bit?
Definitely,
Yep.
definitely, yeah. That's why I love it here so much, because it reminds me of home, so I just love it.
I got a question, Brett.
Please.
With the whole Bills Mafia thing, and you consider yourself a member of the Bills Mafia back in the day? Like,
Yeah.
Why are they jumping on tables?
Yeah, what is that
I
all
don't
about?
get that, man.
I honestly can't even tell you. People from Buffalo are crazy, I guess, right?
They're cooped up inside that long winter,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah. They got to stay warm somehow.
Got to stay warm, a lot of nervous energy, so they're just going to jump on tables. But let's talk about your dad. You're the old man, Steve or Stevenson. What does he go by, right?
He goes by Steve, yeah.
Steve, a legendary high school football coach.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
coaching?
He is.
Still the head man?
He is, yeah.
Talk about this guy, right? Was he the toughest coach you ever had?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I wouldn't change those times for anything, though. Like, it was such a great experience playing for my dad.
kind of a guy is he? Is he kind of a yeller, screamer? Or?
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But, you know, he's going to love you up, too. So, you know, that's always a good combination. You know, tough, coach you hard, but love you up.
How many years has he been doing it?
I think this might be his 14th season as a head coach at Bennett, yeah. But before then, he was an assistant, and so altogether, he's probably been coaching for like over 25 years.
Yeah, that's a long run. That's tough in high school for
Yeah.
sure. But was it tough to get home and separate football from family life? Were there some moments where you guys are butting heads a little bit?
Of course. I mean, you're gonna have that, you know, especially, you know, young high school kid. But again, I wouldn't change those times for anything. You know, my brother, he just graduated last year, so he went through the same thing I did, and you know, we would just talk about the moments. We just loved playing for our dad. So
I'm guessing a lot of his teachings, his wisdoms, his coaching is why you're here today.
Definitely, you know, he kind of wired me the way I am. You know, his work ethic and you know just his mentality, how he is as a person, as a coach. You know, because he played also. So, you know, growing up as a kid, you know, we talked a lot of ball, and I come from a real big football family in Buffalo. All my uncles, my dad, they all played D1 ball, so it was always just kind of like bred in me, I'll say.
That was it, football and, and everything else, right? Bennett High School in Buffalo, right? Bennett High School.
Yep.
Before I continue, I did want to mention this because I said in the back room, but Torque, maybe you want to swing around. We've got a lovely lady at the VIP table. Hurry up and chew your food. We don't want to get you on camera while you got food in your mouth. So don't switch to her yet till she's ready to go. But maybe you want to introduce this lovely lady, your newlyweds.
Yeah, we are. We got married in June. It's my wife, Nashley. Yep. High school sweethearts. We've been together for a long time, so we finally put the ring on and made it official. So
there you go. Very good. High school sweethearts. Congratulations to you guys. And Isaiah, have you learned the two magic words, yes, dear? Have you learned that? Have you learned that?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You know it. She is always right. Even when she's wrong, she's always right.
I bet she believes that. She definitely believes that.
That's how you keep the peace, right? That's how you keep the peace. So we got to talk about this now. This is crazy. And again, we mentioned this with we got a really good football team, high school football team here tonight. Freedom Irish, always year in and year out, one of the best teams around.
Nice.
But a school single game record, 29 tackles.
Yeah.
How is that even?
How is that
possible?
It was one of those muddy, rainy, nasty weather games. It was a playoff game. I want to say my sophomore year. They just ran the ball every play, and I was just middle linebacker. It was straight downhill, so. It was just one of those games. If you play football, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You didn't have to worry about the pass. I was like 3 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Just ready.
Like, oh, yeah.
Well, your teammates say, come on, Isaiah, get out of here. let me make a tackle, huh?
Right, yeah.
And it was just the same year you had a single-season school record of 161 tackles.
Yeah, that's
a lot of tackles.
Yeah. My sophomore year, I was racking it up.
I guess so.
My sophomore year, yeah. That's when I got on my offer, so.
Wow, that is unbelievable. You're talking about filling up the stat sheet, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have this on the script, but I just remembered it now. You won the Connolly Cup. Was that what it was called?
I did, yep.
I don't think we asked you about this last time you were here, but what is that? That goes to the best high school football player?
Exactly, yeah, in my area. It's kind of like, kind of call it like the Heisman of like Western New York, you could say.
I was going to say, when you're getting 29 tackles in a single game, I would think you have no competition for that award. So a few more things, Ricardo, and then I'll get you your audience questions. I know the Freedom guys have a few to ask, but as you've continued to make your presence known, we'll talk about the defense here a little bit later, but special teams, right?
Yeah.
That's still a big part of you and what you do for the Packers.
No doubt.
What's the key to being a good special teams guy, consistent performer on special teams?
Yeah, it's just having that mentality because, you know, it's really a one-play mentality, just going out there, playing with extreme effort, physicality, and at the end of the day, you get one op, you know, that's special team. So just go out there and, you know, just doing your job and playing hard and physical.
You have to. Some people don't want to embrace that role, though. It seems like, but you do. I mean, that's a third of the game. That's a huge part of the game. I always wonder why people don't. Some guys are just like, I don't want to play special teams. Why do you think there's that mentality out there?
I don't know. I mean, special team. You know, there's 3 phases to your team. You know, offense, defense, and we call it defense. So that's your special team. So, you know, it's just going out there again with that mentality, and you know, as a young guy, like especially my first 2 years, you know, I was just mainly special teams. You know, that was my way of kind of getting on the field early. You know, so just embracing it, and you know, if you make a play on special teams, you could change the game.
No doubt about it. I mean, you've seen it time and time again throughout the league. That's a huge part of the game. Finally, now we talk about your defensive prowess, 29 tackles in a game, 161 tackles in a single season, but this guy was a great all-around athlete and a football player. He has school records for career rushing yards with 5,529 and career touchdowns with 70. So he just wasn't filling the stat sheet on defense, but how about the offense from this guy as well? You're just a big old show-off is what you are. You're just a big old show-off is what's going on.
I have a little bit of running back in my blood.
Yeah.
You know, my uncle, he played at University of Buffalo. He played running back there, and so did my cousin. So it's in my blood a little bit, but I chose the defensive side. I like defense better.
But Isaiah, go to Matt LaFleur. Just say, come on, put me in a package. Just something,
right?
A little wrinkle, right? Get number 58 in the backfield,
I got to
right?
get an interception, and then you can see
Oh, is that
the
what
running
has to
back
happen
skills will
first?
take over. They'll take over then.
First the interception, then maybe you can get a little trick play out there.
Exactly.
By the way, have you had your number retired at Bennett High School?
Not yet. Not yet.
What are they waiting for?
I know.
What
I
are
know.
they waiting for,
soon,
Isaiah?
Soon.
Your dad's the high school football coach over there. Make it happen.
Yeah, I'm honestly, because my little brother, he was wearing it.
What number was it?
11.
11?
Yeah, so he was wearing it when he was there. So.
All right, now
I'll tell
it's
you.
time, right?
Yeah, maybe now, right?
Get over there in Buffalo and
Yeah.
retire that number because we know we got a big crowd watching in Buffalo, New York. So, all right, enough about me, enough from me, Ricardo. It's your turn. We
Yes.
got some other guys wearing green and gold tonight.
Yeah, I need Max to come up here. This is Max Vervoort from Freedom Football, and he has a question for you, Isaiah. Max, go ahead.
Yeah. Did you have like a welcome to the NFL moment where you got hit and like you realized you weren't just in college anymore?
I think everybody does, definitely. I think it was my second year. It was my first ever start. They ran a power or like a stretch play, and you know who Zach Martin is for the Cowboys? Yeah. He's like an all-pro guard, like really good player, and he just literally just picked me up. And just slammed me down. I was like, okay, yeah, these are grown men you're playing against now. Like, this is for real. But after that, it was kind of like, all right, now get in your groove and do your thing.
All right, thank you so much, Mac. We need Quinn Brennenstuhl, Quinn, right here. Your question for Isaiah. Go ahead.
Who's the funniest teammate in the locker room?
You make him think here.
Bo Melton. I'll say Bo Melton. Yeah, Bo's pretty funny. That's my guy.
Bo Melton.
Bo Melton, yeah.
That's my guy.
Friend
Right,
of the show.
have him on the show. He's funny.
We've had him on the show.
Okay.
Full friend of
Bo
the show,
Melton,
yeah. Bo Melton.
Carrington.
Yeah.
Those guys. Yeah.
Carrington.
Carrington's another funny one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great question there, guys.
Thank
Why don't you guys take a back seat? We have a couple of regular audience questions here, Brett.
Yeah,
I
please.
think one at
Absolutely.
least. Here we go. Hey, you know Andy, don't you?
We know
Andy
Andy.
Bong. Here we go. Andy, your question for Isaiah. Go ahead.
What's been your greatest accomplishment in NFL?
Greatest accomplishment in the NFL.
I would say last Thanksgiving, you know, I was going through some things and, you know, battling injury, and I was able to get out there and play and ended up having, like, a really good game. So just seeing it, like, come full circle, that game was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, yeah. I remember that was against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Lambeau, and you got to eat all turkey leg on
Yep,
national
yep,
TV,
yep,
right?
yep.
That was good stuff. So let's take a time out.
Wait, Brett. We have one more. Come
We
over
got
here.
one more.
Come on.
Get him on. Yes, get him on. One more question.
Come over here. Vinny Dawn. Brett, younger brother of Joey Dawn. Remember Joey?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Go ahead. You
Absolutely.
can ask the question if you have something else here. Vinny, what do you got?
You had 6 total tackles in this past game. Well, which one was your most memorable?
Ooh.
I'll say there was one on kickoff that I kind of, like went back door and was able to beat him backside and stack him and made the play. So that was kind of one that I really liked. Yeah.
See, there you go.
Great
Special
one.
teams.
Good job,
again.
Vinny.
Special teams.
Yep.
And Brett, I have to ask this question because it's been asked a couple times online, and we're talking about the kickoff stuff. They want to know, and they got to get it from Isaiah. What do you think about the new kickoff rules? What do you think? Honest assessment.
He's shaking his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of an old school guy. You know what I mean? I enjoyed running down there. It was definitely a different mindset. You know what I mean? Like going down there, running down there. The new kickoff, I see why they did it. You know, but I definitely enjoyed the old one better, for sure.
All right, good stuff.
Good
A lot
stuff.
of good questions. Let's take a time out. Time for tonight's Stat Pack, and we'll give the nod to NBC and the Sunday Night Football crew for displaying this graphic during the game. I'm sure you saw it, but it's worth repeating. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love have started 562 of the Packers' past 582 contests. That's 97% of the Packers games that have had number 4, number 12, and number 10 as the starting quarterbacks. That's an amazing run of quarterback consistency in Titletown, and I think over that same span, the Bears have had like 85 quarterbacks, right? It's got to be something like that.
83.
83 quarterbacks. Wow. You might finally have one now, but man, from Favre to Rodgers to now Jordan Love, that's amazing. So good stuff from the quarterback crew, good stuff from the defense. We've got some good trivia questions tonight too, Ricardo.
Yes, we do. And now here, but before we do our trivia contest, Brett, we got to run down the rules, all right? First off, we will ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Again, some great prizes from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We have this football whiffer bobblehead, right? Or if you're a pickleball player, this Wisconsin Timber Rattlers pickleball paddle right there. Pickleball is a big deal. You guys play pickleball on the team? Anybody play pickleball?
Yeah, some guys do. Yeah, some guys enjoy it.
Can they play during the season?
Maybe on an off day. Maybe
probably
on Victory Monday, right?
Probably
Maybe.
be careful, right?
Yeah.
Though you don't want to have some screwy injury happening.
Yeah,
but
right.
anyway, Ricardo, those are the prizes.
Yeah, but once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, and there are a lot. You got to be here to win.
All right, so this is how we do it. I asked the question, Isaiah. Again, you just look around the room, see who raises his or her hand first, and that's how we'll do it. The Packers and Steelers, of course, right? Super Bowl 45. Who remembers that big game? That was a game the Packers prevailed 31-25. This Packers All-Pro and Pro Bowl safety scored a touchdown on a 37-yard interception return. Oh, I saw back there. I think it's, yep, I see the lovely lady back there. She got it. Nick Collins, come on up. She gets the bell. You can pick out which prize you want, and maybe you can even get a handshake from Isaiah McDuffie as I go over what Nick Collins does. She's a pickleball player. There we go.
Nice to meet you.
Collins intercepted Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger in the first quarter and raced into the end zone to give the Packers a 14-0 lead. Again, Green Bay winning that game 31-25. All right. Let's talk some football, Isaiah McDuffie, right? Should we do that? And but first things first. Rosie, how about the Clubhouse Live GIF of the night? What do we have here? What's our GIF of the night? There. Yeah, look at. Now, there you are on the bench. I see you, Isaiah. There's Xavier McKinney, Devontae Wyatt. They're serious. But what's Carrington Valentine doing right there? What's he doing? He's like dancing.
He's vibing out. Yeah, he's vibing out for sure.
What is he?
He was in his zone, wasn't he?
What was he listening to anybody? I mean, what's going on in that guy's head?
You know, CV, he plays with a lot of emotion, and you know, you see it on the field. I mean, he's a dog. That's the best way to describe him. You know, I love playing with him. He's awesome.
He had a good game.
Yeah,
came up big. But yeah, he's kind of, everybody's all serious, and he's just kind of dancing around and doesn't even have a care in the world. All right, before we talk about the game, but I just wanted to ask, you re-signed with the Packers this offseason. Two-year deal to stay in Titletown, right? How about that? Why stay with the Packers? You could have gone anywhere, Isaiah. Why stay with Green Bay?
Again, I just love it here. You know, they drafted me. They believed in me, and you know, I just love it. That's honestly it. I just really enjoy being here.
Yeah, we enjoy having him here, right? Yeah. So overall thoughts on how you guys did defensively against the Steelers. Really shut them down in the second half. I know they had that meaningless touchdown kind of at the end, but your thoughts overall as you look back on the game and how you guys did on that side of the ball.
Yeah, again, I think it's all about the finish. You know, second half, we definitely made some halftime adjustments and came out and, you know, handled business.
So take us onto the field, because I think this is really interesting. I think I read an article about, you commented on this, but offensively, you always see it, right? Quarterback, center, everybody's talking and communicating. But there's a lot of communication going on defensively, right? I don't think anybody recognizes that or sees what's going on, but take us onto the field before the snap. Who's talking, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
How's the communication?
Yeah, it's constant communication, you know, especially being a linebacker, you know, you got to communicate with the front, and then you're communicating with the back end. So, honestly, the linebackers are, you know, they're the buffer between, you know, the D-line and the safety, so you got to get everyone on track. So it's definitely, you know, your responsibility as a linebacker.
Get a little chaotic with the communication sometimes? It just seems like it has to. Or is it pretty smooth?
It's pretty smooth,
It
you
is.
know. That's why we practice and we do all those meetings to try to, you know, build chemistry and make things as smoothly as possible.
Now, one of our regular fans out there, he's sitting over there, Ron. He's going to be part of the show a little bit later, but on Facebook, he wanted to know who's the most vocal leader to rally the group defensively.
Yeah, I would say Xavier McKinney. Yeah, he's definitely he's a great leader. You know, he's a great person to be around.
Devontae Wyatt, big old number 95. We saw him. He was one of those guys too. You're 6'3", 304-pound defensive tackle. How good was it to have him back on the field, and what does he mean to your defense to be out there kind of solidifying, plugging the middle of that defensive line?
Yeah, he's a difference maker. You know, having him out there, you know, he's fast, he's physical, you know, he's great in the run game, and, you know, he's good at rushing the passer. So anytime you get a guy like that out there and, you know, causing chaos, it's always great.
Helps open things, takes up some guys, opens things up for those linebackers, right, to come on through, make some plays. But, hey, you know Aaron Rodgers pretty well, right? You know the guy. He was your teammate, right?
Yep.
The game plan going in to shut down the old man, Isaiah. Now you can tell the whole world what you were trying to do against this guy.
You know, just try to get him off the spot. You know, he's very good at extending plays, and, you know, he's getting older, but his arm is still good. I'll say that. So just kind of trying to get him out the pocket and making him uncomfortable as possible.
You spend a lot of time, I would think, because you were teammates with him. There were some guys on the team that never played with him, but spending some time on that hard count that he's so known for, or the 12 men on the field and making sure the subbing was clean. You spent a lot of time in practice on that because there were no mistakes.
Definitely, yeah, that was like a point of emphasis this week, especially subbing. For subbing, you know, make sure, you know, if they sub, we could sub, but if not, you know, he's going to try to get us every time with that cadence and, you know, that alpha we call it when we're running off, he's hurry up and snap the ball. But, yeah, it was definitely a point of emphasis this week.
Seems weird to see him in another uniform. It was a little surreal where you're looking across and there he is in a Steelers uniform.
Definitely looked a little weird, yeah, it did. But he looks good. He looks good out there.
Not bad, you know,
for
a guy who's going to be 42 years old
doubt.
here.
He looked really good out there.
You guys had an embrace after the game. We saw it. Can you tell us what you said, what he said to you, what you said to him?
Yeah, I just told him, you know, I appreciated him when he was here because, you know, I was a young guy. I played with him my first 2 years, and, you know, I just watched everything he did. You know, being a young guy, just observing and seeing the way how he was a leader and how he handled himself. And he just told me he was proud of me and just stay healthy and, you know, keep doing good.
Keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yep.
Well, okay, enough about Aaron Rodgers. Well, let's talk about your quarterback now, right? Jordan Love. He had a big game last night, right? How happy are you for him? Because there's pressure on the guy, right? Here's, you know, the master versus the pupil, and it's Sunday Night Football, and I don't know if I'm gonna say outplay. I guess he had a great game, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you can say he outplayed Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he was throwing dimes and missiles, and that pass to Christian Watson. If you look at it from the end zone shot, it is unbelievable when you look at it that way. But how happy are you for number 10 to really show out like he did in front of a national audience last night?
Yeah, J Love, that's my guy. You know, he just does it every day. He comes in every day, and you know, he's the same person every day, and the way he works, the way he goes about everything, he's just a true pro, and you know, you see it, and man, he's a gunslinger, ain't he? You seen that throw? I was like, wow. When I was on the sideline, when I seen it, I was like, wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At the time, when you first thought it was kind of like, well, maybe he just kind of threw that up. But when you look at the end zone shot, no, he was looking for that pass.
He does it all the time, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not the first time I've seen him do it, and you know, he's not scared to make those throws because he has supreme confidence in himself, and you know that's what you need as as a QB1. Throwing
the ball as he's in the air. I mean, leading Watson, just getting over the hand. I think if that's a safety back there or what, but unbelievable. If you can find it online, look for that end zone shot of that throw. It's just like you you almost kind of get in a trance watching it. You want to watch about 10, 20 times. It's incredible, but he looks confident, right? I'm sure you've seen his progression. This is year 3 as a starter. You've been here 5 years, but you've been here the entire time. How much more confident is number 10 now than when he took over?
He's always had confidence.
Yeah.
That's one thing about him. He's always calm, cool, and collective. He's that guy that, you can always depend on, no matter what's going on, ups, downs, he's always the same person. That's just great to have in the locker room, you know what I mean? Especially that in your quarterback.
Now, Isaiah, the game got a little chippy last night, right? It got a little chippy. The Steelers were getting a little ornery, a little cranky out there. And I thought to myself, how do you keep your cool in those situations? It's heat of the moment. The emotions are running high. Guys are jawing and shoving. Isn't it difficult to not want to retaliate? I mean, how do you just turn around and walk away? How do you do that? Do you work on that? Are you coached to do that?
Just having an end goal in mind. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we came there to win a game, and we don't want to hurt each other, and we don't want to hurt the team. So, maybe getting them to do something stupid and having them, cost their team. But, we talked about it, and we knew it was going to be that kind of game, and, we all made a commitment to not giving into that.
Doing something dumb like DK Metcalf did to Quay Walker, for instance, right?
Yeah,
little eye jab or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and speaking of Quay, 2 things I want to get to your linebacker teammate. Number 1, the old Quay might have had that emotion kind of run high, might have retaliated. The new Quay, the more mature Quay, the Quay who's been in the league, go ahead. You just cost yourself 15 yards. I think that was a big moment for him.
Yeah, I mean, again, like when we went over to the sideline, we were just talking and we were just laughing about it, and I just told him I'm so proud of him because that's a lot of growth, and Quay's a great guy and he works his tail off, so it's definitely good to see that.
Thoughts on him right now on the field? I mean, he's playing probably some of his best ball, right?
Yeah, he's balling. I just love seeing it. That's another guy. Captain and a vocal leader and very physical, and he's a great guy to be around.
Yeah, seems like he's a real leader for the team, as you mentioned, one of the captains. How about what's impressed you most about hanging out with Micah Parsons? I'm sure when the season started, you didn't think Micah Parsons was going to be your teammate, and now here he is, right, wreaking havoc and letting giving you guys some opportunities to make some plays.
Yeah, he's a game changer. Just watching him, even in practice, you see him, his get off, and you just be like, oh wow, okay, like
a little different.
Yeah, like he's definitely elite at his position, and he definitely is helping us, and you see the results.
What's something that you've learned about him through your couple months now, I guess, together, that maybe you were surprised to find out about Micah? Because obviously you didn't know him, you weren't teammates with him, but maybe stuff behind the scenes that you've seen from him?
No, he's just a great guy. He makes an effort. Like when he first got here, just made an effort to talk to everyone and get to know everyone, and that's huge. Because again, like as a defense, I feel like the closer we are, the better we're gonna be. Because again, that goes down to like communication and just having that chemistry. So he's just a great guy, and he's a great player. So
we mentioned tackling before. We've talked about tackling a lot with you, defense, special teams, but obviously it's carried over into the NFL. You're a really good tackler. So how does that develop? How do you work on becoming a good tackler? Because I don't see a lot of arm tackles from you. Seems like it's wrapping up form tackling. How much time do you actually put into that part of your game?
Yeah, it's just drilling it. Throughout the week, you don't really get to tackle. You don't really get to bring anyone to the ground. So when you get those ops when we're in pads, just putting a body on a body, wrapping up, driving your feet back, and just being intentional.
I was going to ask, too, we've asked some of the guys on the show this question before, but I want to get it from a guy that is a tackler and a linebacker. Explain as best as you can what an NFL collision, an NFL tackle feels like. Boom, right? It's just like two guys just stop. What does that feel like? Is that you get some stars or?
That's why you lift all them weights.
Well, I don't. I don't.
Hey, that's why I do, though. You know what I mean? But again, it's it's just going in there with a mentality, with form tackling someone, same foot, same shoulder, and just knocking them back.
Physicality is part of your game, high motor, high energy. Where does that all come from? Is that just something you've had since you were a kid?
Yeah, again, I think that's kind of just my work ethic really just comes from my dad, working my tail off, and the late nights in high school, and just doing it and just seeing how hard he works and everything like that. So really just kind of instilled in me by him.
A few more things, and then we'll take another break, and it'll be our social media question of the night, Ricardo. I know it's on the other side of the ball, but I still want to get your thoughts on this. Christian Watson back on the field, right? How good was that to see number 9? Even though you're a defensive guy, how much of a jolt was that to see for the team in a good way to have him back on the field, because it looks like he's very well respected among everybody in that locker room.
Oh yeah, he puts fear in the DBs. You know, you see it. They do not want to press him. They don't want to. He just instills fear in defenses, and you know, having him out there stretching the field, you know, it's just awesome to see. And you know, just throughout the entire process, just seeing the way he went about his rehab and how hard he worked, and then for him to come back and play the way he did, I'm just super happy for him.
You tore your ACL was it in college?
I did, yeah.
Did you ever give him some pointers that, hey, you know, this is how you attack the rehab, or you talk to him about it a little bit?
You know, everyone has their own journey. You know, I just kind of gave him some advice, you know, just told him I'm there for him and stuff like that. But again, like, it's just the way he worked, and it's just your mentality, how you go about it, just being a pro.
Another offensive guy, Tucker Kraft, right? Again, a monster game on National Tight Ends Day. Yeah, he's a goofy guy. He's a weird guy. There's something ain't right in that head in between the ears. But he's a heck of a football player. What has impressed you most about watching him really emerge as one of the NFL's best? Maybe he is the best tight end right now. You go against him probably in practice a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I love Tuck, man. He's just a dog. I mean, you see it. He's headbutting guys, and without his helmet on,
Yeah, I saw
he's
that.
like a maniac out there.
That's what I'm saying. Something not right up there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But again, that's just the person he is, and that's how he plays too. He plays with that intensity, and you know, after you catch the ball, it looks like, you know, a bar fight out there. He's throwing people off of him, and you know, it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, he maybe you want to pull him by the side and say, "Don't do that without the helmet on." You are an important piece to that offense,
Right.
so we need you out there, right? Last thing, give us a state of the state on the team. You're almost at the midway point. You got 8 weeks done. You're 5-1-1, close to actually being 7-0 at this point. It wasn't that far off. What has you excited about the team, and what has you excited about the guys in the locker room, where you think that you can be where you want to be come January?
Yeah, it's just taking it one day at a time, one practice at a time. Honestly, one game at a time. You know, just keep stacking up wins, and you know, not getting too high or too low. We feel like we have all the pieces we need, so things are going to come together greatly. We just got to keep, you know, having that one game mentality.
How about Isaiah McDuffie tonight, right? Making it look easy. Ricardo, all these guys now, they come on the show, they make it look easy. They're going to take over our jobs. You know, they're good at everything.
They'll take over your job.
Yeah. Well, what is that supposed to mean? Oh, yeah. They want you out of here is what they want.
That's true.
But you know what we want you to do is tell us tonight's social media question of the night.
That's right. Candy Zippy on Facebook, and I think she's here.
She's right there, right in front of us.
Well,
yes.
she wants to know from Isaiah, how do you like being a captain this year?
Yeah, and Isaiah, one of the, 7 captains?
Yep.
You represent the special teams.
I do.
So yeah, how do you like that role? How do you define that role? How do you attack that role? Just talk about being a team captain.
It's just an honor, you know. It just shows you what your teammates think of you, and you know, just being a voice, and you know, just trying to bring that, you know, kind of my mindset. You know, I always say let's play fast, physical, and violent, and you know, I think, you know, last game we kind of seen that, especially on kickoff. And we just got to keep going, you know. It's just an honor.
An honor for sure to have that patch on his uniform. So for having her question selected, Candy wins a signed photo. Each week we'll ask you to submit a question for our guest that we'll ask live during the show. Look for it, as always, on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. All right, Ricardo, you're going to ask trivia question number 2. This is for the football whiffer bobblehead.
That's right. So I need both you and Isaiah to look out into the crowd, see who raises their hand first. Here's the question. We mentioned the Packers-Steelers showdown in the Super Bowl. Is it 45?
45,
Brett?
yep.
Who scored the game's first touchdown? Brett, can I give the hint?
Well, wait a minute now.
Oh.
We got a guy back there. Yes, sir. Wow.
Oh,
He didn't
okay.
need the hint. Come
Didn't
on
even need
up.
the hint.
Yeah, come on up. He gets the bell. You get the bobblehead. You get to meet Isaiah McDuffie. Didn't even need the hints, Ricardo. How about that?
How you doing?
Jordy
Nice
Nelson.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm great.
He's a friend of the show, by the way, Jordy Nelson. He gave the Packers a 7-0 lead when he caught a 29-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers in the first quarter Nelson finished his career, of course, as one of the all-time Packers receiving greats. And also, Ricardo, I don't know if you knew this, but Jordy Nelson also serves as an appeals officer for the NFL and NFLPA.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He is, yeah.
Okay.
He's checking those fines and making sure that they're nice and fair. So, all right, Rosie, you know what it is time for. We need some music because we're going to play tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. And it is always sponsored by our friends at Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Right back there, there he is. Your Center for Dental Excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay 3 times. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. Isaiah, we're going to play a game. We're going to put you on the spot, right? You have a chance to win some great prizes tonight for our contestant. And we haven't played this since the beginning of the season, but it's one of our favorites. We call it higher and lower. Higher, lower. Okay? This is how we do it. I will ask you 2 questions, each pertaining to a particular stat. You then have to guess what that stat is. If you're too high, I'll say lower. If you're too low, I'll say higher. And we'll do that until you guess the correct number. Now, for example, Bob right over here. Here's our guy right there. Bob, we're going to, he's a regular fan of the show. If I say, how many Miller Lights has Bob had tonight, right? Now, if you guess 3, I'll say higher. If you guess 5, I'll say higher, probably. If you say 10, I'll say maybe higher. If you say 50, I'll say probably lower. Okay, that's how we play the game until you get there. And we'll do that until you land on the correct answer. It's that easy. Now, tonight's playing contestant. There's Ron over there. Ron Siegler. Raise your hand, Ron. There he is. Yep. Now, you will have 30 seconds to complete this task, all right, to correctly answer both questions. If you do, you win the game in these great prizes. The first is a Cheesehead Nation hat. We're going to give these away for a little while because we got a bunch of those, but they're from artist Zane Stats. Zane is the artist who brought color and creativity to the heart of Green Bay, from the murals outside Lambeau to custom cleats worn on the field. Check out these exclusive design hats from his store at www.zane.store. Okay, so that's that. Also, a signed photo of Isaiah McDuffie right there, and there's the hat again. And, of course, from our friends at Miller Lite, a Miller Lite Packers can koozie right there. There it is. Those are the prizes that you could win tonight for Ron. Now, if you don't win tonight, Ron will have to enjoy a quiet candlelight dinner with Ricardo at a restaurant of Ricardo's choosing.
Yes. Brett, I have it chosen. Little Irish place I like called McDonald's.
Okay.
So,
nice little candlelight dinner at McDonald's. So that's what Ron, do you want to hang out with Ricardo, have a little candlelight dinner?
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. The pressure's really on, so okay. Now, Ricardo, you'll keep track, 30 seconds. Now, Ricardo, do not start the clock until I have completely asked the first question, okay? And then you'll stop.
I will say 20 and 15.
Yes, and then when he gets the answer, I'll say stop the clock. All right, so here we go. Question number 1. These are stats, right? How many career defensive tackles do you have? Career defensive tackles in the NFL do you have? Ready? Go.
200.
Higher.
250.
Lower.
240.
Lower.
230.
Lower.
220.
Higher.
222.
Keep going. Higher.
225.
Higher.
226.
Higher.
227.
Higher.
228.
Higher.
229.
Yes, got it, Ricardo.
Hey, I'm just telling you. And Torque's here. He saw it. He has 14 seconds left.
Okay, that's about halfway through.
Okay.
229 career tackles, defensive tackles, right? That's what you. At least that's what I. That's what I say. That's what I found when I did the stats. Okay, plenty of time. 14 seconds. No big deal. Now, number 2, we have members of the Freedom Football team here, Ricardo. They're here tonight. Irish rolling as they always do, right? Getting ready for the second round playoff game with a 9-1 record. Now, where's a senior linebacker standout? Nixon. Where's Nixon? Is it Heinke? Am I saying that right?
Oh, there he is.
Heinke?
Yeah.
There he is, right back there. Right back there. I'm saying it right. Heinke? Nixon Heinke? Yep, all right. So there he is, an outstanding two-way player, outstanding linebacker. Now, how many tackles does Nixon have this season? Okay.
Total
tackles, defensive tackles this season.
Nixon?
No, this guy right here for Freedom.
Oh, okay.
Nixon Heinke, right over there.
Okay.
Nixon Heinke. How
How many games they play?
They played 10 games
10
now.
games.
Okay, are you ready? 10 games. Go.
100.
A little bit lower.
90.
A little bit higher.
95.
A little bit lower.
92.
A little bit higher.
93.
Yes, he got it. 93. 93 is it, Ricardo.
Hey, he did it with 7 seconds left.
7
too.
seconds to spare. How about that? Ron, you're going home with some prizes. Rosie, how about some championship music tonight? Because Ron is going home with his great cheesehead hat, the signed photo of Isaiah McDuffie, and of course the Packers can koozie. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? He did it. He got through higher and lower tonight. Now, Ricardo Nixon, I've got it, 93 tackles, 49 solo, 9 for a loss, 5 sacks. He's also one of the Irish's leading rushers, 565 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's all according to the boundwisconsin.com site.
That's a pretty good year.
That's not a bad year, and there's more to come. So,
Great year.
Speaking of Nixon and speaking of these guys, Ricardo, it is time for tonight's high school team spotlight. Why don't you introduce us to the members of the Freedom Irish
Need
football
you guys
team.
to stand up. Brett, and they brought a lot of guys. I think they brought the whole team.
I love it.
Brett, you and I have talked about this in the office. They play in Division 4. In my opinion, Division 4 has the best, most competitive teams this season, and they're right in the mix for that state title. Let me tell you, they're 9-1 this season. They've won 6 straight games. That includes last week's 28-0 win over Kettle Moraine Lutheran in a Division 4 playoff opener. Yeah, you can clap a little bit. They're seeded number 2 in the playoffs. They will play number 6 seed and rival Wrightstown this Friday. That's at Freedom. Kickoff schedule for 7 o'clock. Brett, we talked about the great players that they have. Quarterback Owen Henkel. Where's Owen? Raise your hand. Owen, there he is over there. All right, hey, he's having a big year. He's thrown for almost 1,700 yards and 13 touchdowns. And where's Axel Eggert?
Right
this
there.
guy.
There he is.
Let me tell you, this guy's kind of come out of nowhere. He leads the team in rushing with 716 yards and 8 touchdowns. Axel, are you a sophomore? Right?
He is.
Young player here. He's also part of a 3-prong running attack that also includes, Brett, you mentioned him, Nixon Heinke, and George Van Schindel. Where's George at?
Here he is, right there.
Couple guys we got to mention here. And one of them asked the question of Isaiah. Quinn Brennenstuhl, Aiden, did I say this right? Aiden Ertz? Arts, is that it? Okay, and Nolan Phillips. They each have at least 360 receiving yards and a combined 11 touchdown receptions. Overall, Freedom has 6 players with at least 133 receiving yards. Brett, they do it on the ground. They do it through the air.
Yeah.
And defensively, this is incredible. They're allowing just 9.5 points per game. They have 3 shutouts on their schedule, and they've allowed 7 or fewer points in 2 other games. They're coached by Charlie Jaden. He unfortunately could not be here tonight, but we have the coaching staff. They're back there a little bit. I hope they can wave their hands.
They're
Get
hiding
a little
back
bit get
there.
recognized. Brett, we talked about this on our podcast, by the way, 920 Sports Podcast. Please subscribe. We talked about Freedom as one of those teams, Brett, that we think can make that run.
No doubt.
Make that run, man. You guys made it to the state quarterfinals last season, I believe so. So this is a team that has a lot of history, Brett. They're primed for a big state run.
How about the Freedom Irish, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for being here, guys, and good luck to you. That's a big rivalry game, right?
It is,
right?
big rivalry game.
So looking forward to seeing how that goes. And you mentioned D4. You got Freedom, you got Wrightstown, you got Winnicott, you got Little Chute. I mean, it's just all really quality programs this season. So that's a fun division to watch. We'll see how it all plays out. So what do you think, man? You still remember those high school days, right? Those are the best days when you play in football, right? Nothing
really
better.
is, yeah. I'm still best friends with all my high school teammates, too. So, you know, those are memories I'll never forget.
Absolutely, at Bennett High School. So a few more things, and then we're out of here. How about that? You're going to come back now. Is it going to be 3 years before we see you again, or are you coming back here next season?
I got to get back sooner than that, right?
Yes, we'll make sure Ricardo's not around, and you'll be nice and safe and sound.
That's right.
Jeff Halfley, your defensive coordinator. You played for him in Boston College, right?
I did, yes.
Was he the D coordinator or was he the head coach?
He was the head coach.
Head coach at the time, right? How much did you help guys last year kind of decipher everything that he wanted? Because I'm sure you're pretty familiar with the scheme, I mean, I'm sure there were some wrinkles coming into the NFL, but you had to have a pretty good grasp of him and what he wanted to do.
Yeah, it was just great. You know, it kind of came full circle. He was my head coach my senior year of college, and, you know, just him coming back. And, you know, I kind of knew, like, the scheme that he liked to play. And stuff like that. And you know, I call him like a mad scientist. You know,
Yeah.
he's always dialing stuff up, and you know, he's just a great guy and great coach.
How have you seen him make the jump from year 1 to year 2 as far as what he wants to do? Maybe it's more wrinkles, more mad scientist stuff?
Yeah, year 1 of a defense, you know, everyone's kind of learned everything for the first time. But this year, you know, we're kind of evolving, and we're, you know, making things more complex, and, you know, just building off of other looks, and, you know, disguising. That's a huge thing, disguising and just trying to confuse the quarterback as much as possible.
Did that last night with a guy who really is good at reading defenses too, right? Tough to fool Aaron Rodgers. But a couple more things. Who were the linebackers you watched and emulated or tried to emulate growing up? Who were your kind of your idols at that position?
So I went to Boston College, so the person I always watched was Luke Kuechly.
Oh,
know,
sure,
to me,
yeah.
Like, that was, you know,
He was a great linebacker.
That was my guy, yeah. Him, you know, Patrick Willis, of course, Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Those guys, those are probably my top 3.
Yeah, great guys to look at. And last thing, Isaiah, now is this true? I read that you can do between 120 and 130 push-ups in a row. Is that true?
If I push myself, I could probably get there, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy. Where did that start?
So-
and that was kind of a daily regimen for you, right?
So as a kid, my dad, so I always used to hang, as like a little kid, I used to always hang around my dad's high school team growing up, and he always used to like bet his players
The
who
older
could do
kids.
who could do more push-ups, my son or him. So I used to always beat him out. You know, they never think I could do as many push-ups. So that's always kind of the push-up king, I guess you would call me.
You still do them every day?
I try to, maybe
Wow.
100 a night, if not, you know. But
Wow. Let's see you do some right now. Show us. Can you do 100? If you want to see him do 120 in a row right now, we're not going to do that. But how about a round of applause for Isaiah McDuffie tonight, folks? Ricardo, how many push-ups can you do in a row?
I'm thinking a baker's dozen.
Yeah, that's it.
Which is 10 more than you.
No, I can do 50 in a row. I can guarantee you I can do 50. Yes, I
the
can.
The ones with your knees are bent?
Yeah, I'm on my knees and doing it that way. I can do forever. No, I do push-ups. I might not lift weights, but I'll do some push-ups from time to time. But let's go up north, Ricardo. The NFC North is what we like to do. This is where we pick the next game. Packers game, Packers-Panthers. You're finally at home. It seems like it's been forever since you've been home.
And Brett, I've always,
Yeah.
it hurts me to pick the Packers, and I've done it, I think, the last 2 weeks. I can't even remember. The Panthers, I have no idea what this team is. One week they're shutting out the Falcons. Another week they're losing the Dolphins. And who knows what you got with this team. I just find it hard to see them coming into Lambeau. If this was at Carolina, maybe you might see something, but this kills me. But I see the Packers winning this one by 10 points. So there you go. Don't clap for that.
Hurts him to say
Don't
that.
clap for that.
Well, it's good that you'll finally be at home because it seems like you've been on the road a lot lately, right? But the victory visor goes back on the head. I'm saying Packers 31, Panthers 17, right? I don't even think it's going to be that close. Carolina, Ricardo, they got stomped by Buffalo, right? 40-9 on Sunday. Panthers are 1-3 on the road. The Bills ran for 245 yards, Ricardo, against the Panthers defense. So I think you got Josh Jacobs going to have a big day. Emmanuel Wilson, who had he was a great spark plug for you guys. Carolina also turned the ball over 3 times. Ricardo, is Bryce Young going to play? We don't know.
I don't know if it matters.
You know, so it won't matter. The Packers roll at Lambeau Field. They go to 6-1-1. How do you guys like that, right? 6-1-1. And that's how we do it. So, Ricardo, Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team, Brett and Isaiah, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited, Brett, unlimited digital access to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today.
That's all you have to do. Thanks again to our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Our segment sponsor, again, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. And our supporting sponsors and friends, we have Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and the great folks here with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the Fox Club. Quick programming note. Next week's guest, one of our anchor guests is back. He's Packer safety Evan Williams. He's coming back. Evan Williams is going to be here. Catch it Monday night at 6:30 p.m. here at the Fox Club. Anything I can use against Evan? Anything I can use? Anything I can just zing him with? You're thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking real hard. I don't got anything.
Yeah, you have something. You're just not telling us. You're just not telling. Do you know he can juggle? He's a big juggler. We always have a segment, What Can Evan Williams Juggle? We're going to have a good one next week for him as well. So anyway, look forward to that, and look forward to you. I'm going to give you the final word again. Look at this place. Jam-packed crowd here tonight. What do you have to say to all these great Packers fans who decided to hang out with you on a Monday night?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's beat Carolina and go Pack Go.
There you go. For the Bloodhound, for Ricardo and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night, 6:30 p.m. as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Carolina Panthers with Green Bay Packers safety Evan Williams. In the meantime, let's hear those Mean Gene chants, everybody.